What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this one, we're going to be running through my top 5 tips for how you can start advertising on TikTok effectively. So, before we get into it, I just want to say thank you so much for clicking on the video. Obviously, we are going to be putting out a lot more content, and it's going to be geared around not only Facebook ads, not only marketing, but it will be every platform that you can use to get some returns for your client and obviously start scaling your agency. Now, if you haven't already and you do like this video, make sure you click the like button, make sure you hit subscribe, turn on those post notifications, and obviously leave us a comment in the description down below. Let us know if you've used TikTok. Let me know what your experiences with it are and if you find this video helpful. So without further ado, let's jump into it. So unless you've been living under a rock, you must have heard about TikTok and this crazy climb through the heights of social media that it's been doing recently. And although it has been around for a while, it actually started in 2016. It is now available in over 150 countries. It actually has an active user base of over 800 million users and has been downloaded 1.5 billion times, which is nuts. So if you're not looking into using TikTok for your clients, it definitely is something you're going to want to reconsider because the capabilities and the reach on this platform are absolutely immense. If you have been on TikTok, you know that it's a super snappy kind of platform. You have videos between 15 seconds and 3 minutes. And although it is aimed at Gen Z's, that whole sort of generation, it actually has users from, sort of way down in the 13s up into, the 50s, dependent on their interests. And it has generated all of these amazing little subcultures that include sport, comedy, dance, learning on TikTok. People are even teaching marketing on TikTok, how to run businesses, entrepreneurship, everything. So it definitely is a space that caters to everyone and of all shapes and sizes. Anyone that you can think of that you would want to target, you can absolutely find them within TikTok. So this is the reason that we are looking into it now, which is why we offer it now as a service at Eclektic, and why it's so important for you to do the same. Now, I'll give you a little bit of a backstory. One of our clients actually had their ad account banned. Now, this client we've been working for a little while now, and actually they've been running Facebook ads since their inception back in January 2020. And since that time, they have actually had 3 ad accounts banned, 2 Facebook pages banned, and the most recent of which actually banned their most recent page and completely cut off the lifeline and the lifeblood to their business because they were only advertising solely on Facebook, which is what we do for them. Although they have looked into things like Google, it's a very niche product. I'm not particularly sure that Google would be of benefit to them. However, TikTok was absolutely something that they should be looking at, which is why we brought it to the table. And to be fair, if it hadn't been for Facebook shutting down their ad account, they may not have been open to the idea of putting more money into a different platform, especially a new platform that they probably aren't as familiar with as Facebook. However, it has turned out to be a fantastic idea because we're actually generating 5x upwards on their return on ad spend at the moment, which is amazing. So it's definitely a platform that has a place within the marketing realm. If you've been advertising on Facebook for a while, which I'm sure some of you have, you will know for a fact that Facebook has become extremely volatile and increasingly volatile as the months have gone on, where there's been a spate of deleted Facebook pages. People are getting their ad accounts rejected. People are getting them permanently rejected where they cannot actually advertise through them or request a review. And in our instance, when we were actually running ads and their account got banned, we'd had no significant changes on the account. The ads that had been running had already been approved. They'd been running for 3 weeks. And like I said, no significant changes to those ads within that time period. We just woke up one morning and Facebook had gone delete, 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 reject, 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 cut everything out. And that was it. We lost all of our traffic. So although we are still advertising through Facebook on one ad account, we still have not got access to that Facebook ad because we requested a review. We went through the concierge, and there has still been no response. Now, Facebook are notorious for not getting back to you as quick as they say. They say usually 24 to 48 hours, which is the usual spiel. But I've had experiences where they've not come back to me for 3 weeks or so, which is crazy. And especially if you're a marketer or a business, you cannot afford to be waiting around for three weeks at minimum. Some people just don't hear back. And you have to go through the whole rigmarole of submitting your ID, verifying your domains. Like, there's a whole process behind it. And although they say it's there to protect you as the advertiser and as the business, they make it extremely difficult for you when you've not actually violated any policies, and they just want to reject your account. So if that's happened to you, or if you are worried that that is potentially the case, you don't want to have all your eggs in one basket, TikTok is 100%, something that you need to be looking into. So these are my top tips on how to start advertising in TikTok. Things to look out for so that you don't get your ads banned or rejected, so that you can keep a nice, healthy account. So, first one. Having a high quality video to advertise with. Poor quality videos will be rejected. Now, considering this is a video based platform, that's probably not a big surprise. Obviously, we want to have great high quality content. It shows the importance and the relevance of the brand if you have a high quality video, and it also shows that you are of a certain quality. So people come to associate your content with the quality of the product. If you're putting out a really shoddy, janky video, people probably aren't going to trust your ads as much. So not only is it detrimental to your brand, but you will get your ads rejected. So you need to make sure that you are actually running with really high quality videos. Now, on a separate note to that, you want to have a lot of different creatives. Now, you will know about ad fatigue. It happens a lot. It happens on Facebook. It will happen on TikTok. It's just a way of life, and it's a way of marketing. If someone sees the ad repeatedly and doesn't purchase, your CPMs and stuff are going to go up because these ads are starting to fatigue. They're not having the same effect on your audience as they either once did or should do. So make sure that you have an abundance of high quality videos that you can test and rotate through and get them into rotation and start testing all of the audiences. Number 2, your products and pricing that you advertise on the ad needs to reflect what is said on the website. So, for instance, Black Friday is coming up. If we were to say, get 50% off X product, and then they go onto the website and it says 15%, that ad will be rejected. Obviously, we know that maybe we're going to be running a 50% off on Black Friday, but it has to reflect in the ad the same as what it says on the website at the same time. You cannot preempt it. It has to be done at the same time. Again, this is something that they will be checking on their approval phase before your ads go live. So you need to make sure that this all lines up. Obviously, you also don't want to be viewed as a janky business and who are advertising things that aren't actually effectively correct. So you have to make sure that it all lines up and it lines up at the right time. Okay, so number 3 is you cannot use absolute terms in your copy. So, for instance, you cannot say you will absolutely lose £15 in the next 10 days if you buy this product. It's an absolute term. It means that there is no room for deviation. It means that there is no room for error, and therefore your ads will be rejected. I know that in marketing it's said to make some of these outrageous claims and these big bold claims, which is great. However, it's just not allowed on TikTok. You have to be really honest and specific with your advertising. Obviously, you can get a bit creative with it, but you can't use absolute terms, and it will get rejected. So you don't get as much space for ad copy within the TikTok ads. I think it's like 50 characters, which isn't a lot. It's literally like one sentence. So there isn't too much room for creativity in that sense, that you can't use a little play with long form copy. You have to use short form. It has to be snappy, has to be to the point, and it has to be truthful. You cannot make absolute claims. There is actually a built-in function within the TikTok platform that actually writes copy for you. It's an AI function that will write the script for you. not the most accurate. I'm sure it'll get better with the more time that people use it, but it is helpful. I know I have used it in ads, and it's definitely something to look into. So if you're struggling to write an effective CTA for your ad, make sure you check that out. So number 4, spelling errors, symbols, bad grammar, excessive capitalization will all get your ads banned. Again, this is aimed at Gen Z. They want to keep everything PC, and they want to keep it, the Queen's English effectively. So you have to make sure that, that you're not over capitalizing, saying, get this product free in capitals, and then, carrying on, because it will just get rejected. So you have to make sure that your grammar, your punctuation, your symbols, your spelling errors, make sure that you check all of your copy before you submit for it. There is services like Grammarly that you can use, and then even just the basic functions within like Word and Google Docs that should show any sort of spelling errors and something like that. So yeah, make sure that you're checking all of your ad copy before you submit for approval. And lastly, your website must function effectively and properly and must be mobile friendly. Now, this shouldn't be such a surprise because obviously it is a mobile app. It is functioning on people's phones. That's predominantly where people watch. It needs to be mobile friendly, and that should be a given, because every website these days should be mobile friendly. It's very rare that you get people who will use their laptop or their desktop over their phone. It's just convenience. People do things on the go. And you're going to want your website to be mobile friendly. Again, this is something that is a non-negotiable with TikTok. You actually have to have this stuff, and it will be checked within the approval phase. But it's something that you need to be doing anyways, because it's just such an important part of e-commerce now. People are constantly on their phones. They're being bombarded with advertising. And if they get an ad on your, if they get an ad for your product and someone who is similar, one site is mobile friendly and one isn't, they're going to go with the mobile friendly site because it's just easier and it's convenience. So make sure that your website is functioning correctly, has everything in place that it needs to have in place, and also that it is mobile friendly. Right, guys, that is it. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, hit the like button. Leave me a comment below and let me know any tips that you have that you found for advertising on TikTok, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.